Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Keegs from 2G's Trading. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are ready because today is going to be a banger video. So as the title says guys, we're going to teach you a quick and easy way how to master US30 as a beginner or advanced or intermediate, whoever you are. This, I promise you, is going to level up your trading. Now, as I always preach to you guys, the problem a lot of guys do is they overcomplicate things. You need to keep it simple. Simple is a success. Everyone else, I don't know what they're doing, guys. They think they're mathematicians. They go on about all these crazy things. This strat, 3 rules, 3 boxes to tick, and you're going to see a whole lot of change come to your trading. This will work whether you're personal, whether it's prop firm. This strategy alone has passed some prop firm challenges. It has had some crazy results. It's even been named the Grubber Kick on our community. And where all this started was, again, a big long story, but I started trading this after some things I brought around from when I started trading to now when I'm a few years down the line. And US30 being my roots, I was like, you know what, let me go back to my roots, apply all the new knowledge I've learned, and what can I come up with? And came up with a strat where I was doing these little grubber kicks, hence the name, these little jabs every single day, which were leading to these bigger results. And in the dividends, it really started to return. And the one day I turned to Chris and I said, bro, I've been doing this strat and I've been trading 2,000 Rand a month, 2,000 Rand a day. And at the end of the month, I turned around, I looked at him and said, bro, I haven't even noticed, but on my portfolio, I'm just sub 100K for the month. And that's when I was like, you know what, damn, this thing works. So we're going to tell you guys, break it down for you so it's nice and simple. So let's go over to the charts and let's check it out. So as you guys can see now, we are on US30. This is obviously my bread and butter, my baby. And right now we're watching all-time highs being smashed. But we're going to go back and show you a little bit about this. So very, very simply, before we get into anything, there's our little box of goodies. But we're going to talk about in today's market, and a lot of different concepts all teach you this, is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And obviously this can go either way. So you're going to have your accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But now we want to say, but how do I get involved here? How am I catching the trades from down here or up here and being able to ride the waves? And that's what we're going to show you guys today. So stick around. Now, 3 simple rules you guys are going to have to follow. And that's going to be Asia range, lows and highs, and EQ. So again, 3 simple things. Now a lot of this again is like, okay, cool, so I know what you're going to try to teach me, I know what the 3 rules are, but how do I implement it? Now very simply for you guys, I'm going to plug you on something here, is if you guys don't have the space for all these indicators, this is obviously something we help with our community. So if you rather want, instead of paying a membership of premium TradingView, you can actually keep your TradingView the free version. Get your Project G, which is our paid community. We're obviously going to learn so much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Trade news events, get our trade alerts, educational calls, prep calls, smaller sessions, boot camps, and the list just carries on going, including our 2G's indicator, our very own indicator, which combines about 6 different indicators into one. So for you, if you only have the free version, you have one there on your list and you're going to get all of this. So the 3 we're going to focus on today is Asia range, pivots, which is your daily pivot standard, and the key to today's one is this bad boy over here. So you guys can go indicators, search daily, and then look for daily range by Hortensia. That's the big one you need, daily range by Hortensia. All right, that's what you need to look for over there. Now when you get it, it's going to show as a little blue line like this saying EQ, or over here a little blue line on your charts. I'm pretty sure that's the default color. I've obviously got the pivots in blue, so I just changed mine to purple to keep it a clean chart color that isn't anywhere else. So you guys can go in there, just change it, turn off all the other settings, and you just want to have that EQ in there. So when you're going to start looking at it now, let's go into it. So let's take our little rule box down with us and let's get straight to business. So if we look in here, guys, very simply, let's see, this is already the first time you would have got to apply this. Now rule number 1 says Asia range, so you're going to be keying what do you mean by this? And quite frankly, all that means is we're going to draw out. So the true Asia range between 1 and 6. I know a lot of other guys will say something different, but for us at 2G's Trading, that's how we teach it. So between 1 o'clock on Wednesday, we can see this is Wednesday over here. Bang, there's Thursday, 1 o'clock. So we can already mark it out here for you guys. There is 1. So there we've seen that over there coming in quite nicely for us. And now we're going to go back again. If we see there's 6 o'clock. And this was the lowest point on the day before 6. So there's our Asia lows. So you got Asia highs, you got Asia lows. So now we have the Asia range. So now when we look at it, it's a thing of Asia highs were set, we traded down, and we had Asia lows. So the first rule is the idea that we need to see Asia range. So meaning one of them need to be tested. And we can see we went straight away all the way back up and came immediately for that test of Asia highs. So that already is number 1 in the box ticked off. So let's get our brush. We're going to draw a little, I don't know if that's a tick or what that is, but that is our tick. Asia range, number 1 on the list, ticked off. Number 2 is we want to see a sweep of the lows. So that nice aggressive punch of the lows or the highs. And there can be 2 scenarios of this, an A and a B, a 1 and a 2, whatever you want to label it. But myself, this is obviously one setup where this could have obviously broke, and we want to then see the sweep, the fake out, and come back into the range where it tested it and came back in. So we go, okay, cool, that's not it. So immediately after that, dives down, dive bombs Asia lows and takes out Asia lows. There's the break, close underneath. We've now seen that low, and again immediately goes right back into the range, again giving us that fake out. So what is that? Number 2 on the list, lows and highs being swept. All right, so now we've got left is the EQ. Now very simple, same as lows and highs. There's an A setup, a B setup, a 1, a 2, whatever you want to name it. And that purely resolves around the idea that if we have a level, we want to trade to it, reject from it, or trade to it, hold support, and trade away from it. So very, very simply now, we obviously are bullish on the chart at this point in time. So we're anticipating that manipulation move, because as we can see, we've accumulated. We now want to manipulate. So there was your lows. You've had the sweep, but now we go, okay, but I need the EQ to be tested here, and the EQ is out of play. So that's probably where the manipulation move is going to come in. Now what I do is, again, the 15, nice clear indication, but when I want to execute, I'm going to drop down to the 5 minutes. So let's drop down here, and we're going to come over here to the charts, and there we're going to see. So 2 things happen now. I always say to you guys, when you have a level, if it breaks, it needs to break underneath and retest and have another close. Then you know it's holding resistance. Same as support, it needs to test it and then close above it, and then you know it's held as support. So in this scenario, we can see it traded down, it tested the EQ, the next candle closed above. Now yes, this would have been the aggressive entry, and we're going to look at both scenarios. But if you still wanted to play it safe, you could have had this pull down and gone, okay, cool, it hasn't closed underneath, so maybe the buys are still on, and then when this closed above these little bit of highs over here, you could have entered there. But we're going to give you the worst out of the 2, and say you entered the buys over there. And I always say to my guys on this, we use a nice tight 30 pip stop. And very, very simply, when we look at it this way, 2 things you want to take note of. So I always say a stop's going to be at a point where your trade becomes invalidated. So if it has to hit your stop, you clearly need to know, okay, I'm on the wrong side, this is going the other way. It could have been the B setup or the 2 setup or whatever, or just simply you're on the wrong side. And for me right now, that is underneath the EQ, because if this goes back under the EQ, clearly the trade is invalid. As long as we stay above the EQ, the trade is still valid for us. All right, so yes, a 30 pip, but our stop is underneath, meaning we can still be in this. And we can see it faced a little bit of immediate drawdown, and then we went. Now realistically, where would our TP be? So if we understand as a chart, we've accumulated, now we've manipulated, next would be distribution, correct? If we are going to be bullish, meaning if those were the highs in essence, which for us is Asia highs, that's not only going to be tested but broken. So what I would then say is your first target becomes Asia highs, which we can see over there. And at this point, you'll go break even, but just so we can see, the next target is where the pivots come into play. And that essentially is the S1 isn't being tested. So we can then see, obviously, us going towards the R1. Now, I just want to wrap this up here quickly. Let me just extend this for you guys. Styles, inputs. Let's just make a 10 back for you guys, just so we can see these levels. There we go. So yeah, there's the S1. And the S1 obviously would have been out of bounds, so we're going to target the R1. Now there's your R1 all the way up there, and we can see how this plays out over there. Bang, perfectly hits it for you. And this is a nice 1 to 10 trade. So obviously you would have gone break even at that point there at Asia highs. But again, managing your trade, even if you scaled your stop with you would have been very, very safe along the whole way. So all the way up to the top, we can see that nice TP. And that's the thing, guys, there never was a point. A higher low, for example, was never taken out. Structure never changed. Once you got above Asia highs, you held Asia highs. So monitoring a trade, that is the success to it. So there you had all three ticked off, and obviously you had the trade come into play beautifully. So we are going to show you guys another scenario of where you get the other setup. As I said, there's always an A and a B, or a 1 or a 2. What's up, guys? It is your boy Keys from 2G's Trading. And to finish up the year, I thought, what better than to answer a question I get almost every single day. And that is, who is a trusted broker that you can trust? And the simple answer is XM. They were trusted by over 15 million traders globally. And they're an award-winning broker year after year for so many different reasons. Starting off with their own app, just to make it so much easier for all of their clients. So here's the best part. You can get a 100% bonus of up to $500 to kickstart your trading journey on a current promotion they're running. And for the month of November, they have a very exciting promotion, the XM US Elections promo. Yeah, you can trade the XM US election indices and stand a chance to win $250 back on your trades. This is for a limited time only until the 30th of November 2024. So start trading today and ride the wave as markets smash all-time highs. So what are you waiting for? Get trading today and receive that bonus for a limited time only. Come join the XM family today. Your capital is at risk. Keys and T's apply. So we're going to take that over to the side of it here, and I know there's a nice one here, and we're going to talk about this very simply. So keep in mind that is a 10R trade, and this is what I always want to mention to you guys. As I said, this can be on a private account, a prop firm account, and obviously prop firm being a lot harder, and this still works. So going over to this again, we can see now we're on Tuesday. Let's go over to a 15-minute, and we're going to look here and say, okay, cool. Here is our setup. So as you can see, this is all Tuesday the whole way. So starting us off, let's see where we started. Monday, bang, there's Tuesday 1 o'clock. So if we look over here, we can see this candle over there, Monday 1:15, 1 o'clock over there. So we can mark this out for ourselves. There's your Asia lows. Now we want to see where's Asia highs. There's 6 o'clock over there, so this candle up here. So that is our Asia highs. Now keep in mind, if you guys have our indicator, the 2G's indicator, this all is automatically set for you guys, but we are just drawing it up here so in case you don't have it. Now obviously the same thing, if you look at the box, we have Asia range. So the first thing that, as we always say, Asia low is set. Now everyone's gonna say, Keegan, whoa, but this time around the EQ and the daily pivot is in the middle of the candles in the range. So what's gonna happen now? And just chill, don't click off, we're going to run it through, we're going to get you guys there. So we can already see obviously breaking back underneath. We got above, we held support, so we already know there's volume coming in at that level. Now obviously we set Asia highs, and we can see almost immediately after highs were set, this thing turns around and again gets underneath the rejection level. So this is the point where a lot of sellers would be getting involved, and this is where almost everyone's that fake out liquidity sweeps, anything like that, because guys start having FOMO. They think, oh, now the move's going to come all the way back down to Asia lows. This is my chance. And guys get in, markets turn around, go back, and as a lot of always say, your liquidity sweep, and there's a perfect retest of Asia highs. So very, very simply on the rules, you now know, okay, cool, I've ticked Asia range, bang. So there's number one. Now step number two, a low or high needs to be swept. So we can see immediately not the highs like last time because it's already rejected, pulled back and holding underneath this level. But we need to see, a lot of guys are going to go, Keegan, but look at this candle's going, I have FOMO, I'm not getting the sell. Stick to the rules, they're going to pay off. So you see the lows, bang, Asia lows, or has the retest, smashes right through. So there is your sweep, because immediately after that turns around, hence your fake out back into the range. So there we go, there is step number two done for you guys. So lastly, now we know the EQ needs to be tested, and we can see almost just after that break in, we did fall a little bit short, and now we go for the test. So we can jump down to our 5, and let's see what happens over here. Just go back to where we were. There we go. So same as last time, closes pretty much on the EQ, and again, as I said, you need that second candle. So even though it hit one candle bearish engulfing of that candle, now again, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So yes, that's aggressive. That would have even this time been the better entry, but we're going to say you waited conservative. You're like, let me see if it holds, it doesn't now shoot back up, and after this one you enter. And we see this play out. Now again, remember we said about this, if I look here, that 30 pip is over there. Now yes, it's aggressive and it works, but this is where I talk about having an invalid point. Is we've all been there where a trade turns around, it just hits you on your stop loss and then continues. So in a case like this, because you still are underneath the EQ, extended that little bit, even if it's 35 pips, but now you are above the EQ. So if it does hit your stop, it really has hit a point of invalidating the trade. Now if we look here, same thing. Last time we targeted R1 because we're going bullish. So if we clearly go in bearish, we're going to target it S1. Now before we obviously see this is dumping off, we want to take notes of something. So if we look here on a bigger time frame, and this is where your top down analysis comes in, you've obviously traded with a lot of bearish momentum into a level. You're holding here S support levels, trading back into a range, trading back into a range, and holding this. Now the first thing I want you to take note of is these Asia highs also make a level here. We're in this range, you've broken the range 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and you keep coming back in. So probability tells me we are not going to get above. But if we look at where our target was, that daily S1, the daily S1 took the lows right now. So took a previous daily low, and always talking about taking a daily low, things like that. 2 things are going to happen. You're going to get your reversal, or you're going to see a drive of volume. So as I mentioned earlier, if there's no reason to close your trade, don't close your trade yet. And simply as this, again, this could have now been the point you go, okay, let me see what's going to happen. Am I getting that drive of volume, or am I not going to get it? So you can already go break even. And if you're being a member of 2G's Trading, we always preach about the idea, if a daily S1 holds underneath, you're most likely going to go to the S2. When you're trading bullish, if you break the resistance, the R1, you're most likely going to continuation to the R2. So in this point, we want to aim then for the S2, and look at that, on the money. You smack it perfectly. And we always talk about, okay, Keegan, but what about the S3? We always say, guys, if you survived in the ring with the bull twice, you don't test destiny and your luck 3 times. Winners know when to quit. So if you got the second one, get out. So this now became a nice 6.4 trade, and again, you were break even, risk was off the table, and that thing just melted absolutely away. So this is really something that can work, guys. Obviously it did have a pullback, and then it did even continue, but that's the thing of not being greedy. Because now if we go back to this, if you think about that, even if you miss the other 3 trades on the week, if you miss them, or even if you hit stops, your 30 pip is 1%. Let's put it that way. You've now made 16.5% on 2 trades. So you can see the RR here and the dividends. So it really can pay, and this is why this can pass prop firms, because of the high RR. And again, it's simple, it works, it really does. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to check it out sometime. Let us know, drop a comment below if you like this, if you want to see more stuff like this. And again, if you haven't subscribed, drop a like, it really helps the channel grow. We're on the road to 15k. So again, we're going to see you guys there. And again, if you have more questions, you really want to be part of the community, myself and Chris live stream every single day, Monday to Friday, and you guys can join us for London and New York session. You can trade with us, or if you have some questions, pop in and ask us those questions. But we're going to see you on the flip side. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby. Cheers.